I'm Madeline, I'm 35 years old, and my kids will grow up without their mother. I wish I could tell you that sentence gets easier to say. It doesn't. Every time I say it out loud, it feels like someone quietly pulled the floor out from under my life. My son is 8 years old. My daughter just turned 5. They still argue about cartoons and who gets the blue cup at breakfast. They still climb into my bed on Saturday mornings like nothing in the world could ever go wrong. But something has gone wrong. Last week, after a year of hospitals, tests, waiting rooms, and long quiet conversations with doctors, I was told something no 35-year-old mother ever expects to hear. I probably have about 28 days left. 28 mornings left to hear my kids say, "Mom." 28 chances to hug my kids. 28 sunsets with my husband. Rick invited me to share my story here, and at first I said no. I didn't want to sit down and talk about the hardest year of my life. I didn't want to say these things out loud where strangers could hear them. But then something kept bothering me. Because if you somehow found this video today, I don't think that's random. I think maybe you're supposed to hear the story before life forces you to learn the same lesson I did. I spent years chasing things that felt important. Career goals, financial security, being productive, being impressive, being the person who had everything together. And now, sitting here with a number attached to my life, I can see something painfully clear. Most of the things I chased were never the things that mattered. And if my story can stop even one person from making the same mistake, then maybe these last weeks of my life will still mean something. A year ago, if you looked at my life from the outside, it probably looked pretty good. I had a husband who loved me deeply, the kind of man who always makes sure everyone else is okay before thinking about himself. We had 2 beautiful kids who filled the house with noise and chaos and laughter. Our home was never perfectly clean. There were always toys under the couch and laundry waiting to be folded. But it felt like a real life. The kind of life people work years to build. But there was something about me that very few people really saw. I was always running. Not physically, emotionally, mentally. My mind was always somewhere in the future, thinking about the next promotion, the next financial goal, the next plan that would make life feel more stable, more successful, more secure. I told myself I was doing it for my family. I said that sentence constantly. I'm doing this for the kids. I'm doing this so we can have a better future. But the truth is something I didn't want to admit. Part of me was chasing approval. I wanted to feel like I was succeeding, like I was doing enough, like I mattered. And when you live that way, something subtle begins to happen. You start missing the life that's happening right in front of you. My son would ask me to watch him build something. Just a minute, I'd say. My daughter would run up with a drawing she made. "Look, Mommy." And I'd smile quickly while checking my phone or thinking about something else. Wow, that's beautiful. But I wasn't really looking. I always believed there would be time later. Later we would slow down. Later we would enjoy everything we worked so hard for. Later we would take the trips. Later we would spend more evenings together. Later I would be more present. Later. It's a comforting word. Until one day, later disappears. About a year ago, my body started whispering that something wasn't right. At first it was exhaustion. The kind of exhaustion you blame on stress or a lack of sleep. I remember telling my husband one night, "I think I'm just burned out." But the exhaustion didn't go away. Then came doctor visits. Then tests. Then more tests. Then hospital stays. Hospitals are strange places. During the day, they feel busy and loud. Nurses walking quickly down hallways. Machines beeping. People coming and going. But at night, everything changes. The lights dim. The hallways get quiet. The world slows down. And when you're lying in a hospital bed at 2 or 3 in the morning, your mind starts going places you usually avoid. You think about your life. You think about your choices. You think about the people you love. The first time I had to stay overnight, my husband tried to act strong. He brought me snacks, sat beside the bed, made jokes about hospital food. But when he thought I was asleep, I saw him staring out the window with his hands covering his face. That was the first moment I realized how scared he was. Over the next months, I went in and out of hospitals more times than I can count. Sometimes I would come home for a few days, sometimes for a few weeks. Then something would happen and we would be back again. Our kids tried to understand. But children don't fully understand illness. They just understand when something feels different. They noticed I was tired more often. They noticed I spent time in hospitals. They noticed my husband hugging me longer than usual. And then one afternoon about 3 months ago, something happened that changed everything. I was sitting on the couch trying to rest. My daughter climbed up beside me holding her stuffed rabbit. She studied my face very carefully. Kids do that sometimes. They look at you like they're trying to read your thoughts. Then she asked a question I will never forget. "Mom, are you going to die?" She asked it the same way kids ask if it's going to rain tomorrow. The room went completely silent. My husband was standing in the kitchen, and I could see him freeze. I didn't know what to say. No parent is ready for that moment, especially when it comes from a 5-year-old who still believes her mom can fix anything. I pulled her into my arms and held her as tightly as I could. And I told her the most honest answer I had. "I don't know yet." She nodded slowly. Then she whispered something that broke my heart. "But I don't want you to go." That moment changed me. Because suddenly every promotion I ever chased, every stressful deadline, every moment I chose work over presence, felt unbelievably small. All that mattered was the little girl holding on to me like I was her whole world. About 6 months ago, I reached what I can only describe as rock bottom. I had been in and out of hospitals for months. My body was weak. My mind was exhausted. And one night I was sitting alone in a hospital room while rain tapped against the window. My husband had gone home to take care of the kids. The room felt empty in a way that made my chest hurt. And for the first time in my life, I admitted something out loud. I'm scared. Not scared of being sick. Scared of dying. Scared of leaving my children. Scared that I had spent years chasing things that wouldn't matter when my life was over. That night, I cried harder than I had cried in years. And somewhere in that moment, when I felt completely broken, something shifted. I stopped trying to control everything. I stopped pretending I had all the answers. And for the first time in my life, I prayed. Not a perfect prayer, just quiet words whispered in a dark hospital room. "God, I can't do this alone anymore." There was no dramatic moment, no lightning, just silence. But something began changing inside me. The fear that had been screaming in my head started getting quieter. Over the following weeks, I kept praying. Sometimes in hospital beds, sometimes in the car, sometimes at night after my kids fell asleep. Slowly something grew where panic used to live. Faith. 6 months ago, I was terrified of dying. Now, I'm not. That doesn't mean I'm not sad. Of course I'm sad. I'm sad I won't see my kids grow up. I'm sad I won't watch my son become a man. I'm sad I won't help my daughter pick out her wedding dress someday. Those thoughts still break my heart. But something deeper has changed. Faith didn't remove the sadness. It removed the loneliness. I don't feel like I'm facing this alone anymore. Now my days look very different. I sit on the couch with my daughter while she watches cartoons. She leans against me the way she used to when she was a baby, like my shoulder is still the safest place in the world. Sometimes she falls asleep there and I don't move. I just sit still and breathe her in. My son shows me every drawing he makes now, every single one. And this time, I really look. I notice the tiny details, the crooked little houses, the sons with smiling faces, the stick figures that are supposed to be our family holding hands. My husband and I talk late at night after the kids fall asleep. Sometimes we cry quietly so the kids won't hear. Sometimes we laugh about memories we forgot we had. The rushing is gone. And when the rushing disappeared, something beautiful took its place. Presence. For the first time in years. I'm fully here, but I'm also doing something else with the time I have left. I've started preparing little pieces of the future. Some afternoons I sit at the kitchen table with a camera and record videos for my kids. Messages they'll watch years from now. One for my son when he turns 16. One for my daughter when she has her first heartbreak. One for when they graduate. One for their wedding days. I talk to them like they're sitting right in front of me. I tell them how proud I am. I tell them how much I love them. I tell them the things every mother wants to say but assumes she has decades to say. I'm writing letters too. Letters for birthdays I won't be there for. Letters for big moments in their lives. Letters for the days when they might feel lost and need to hear my voice again. I've bought small gifts too, things they'll open years from now. Little reminders that their mom thought about them even when she knew she wouldn't be there. And I wrote a special letter to my husband, Nick. That was the hardest one. Because loving someone sometimes means wanting them to keep living, even when you can't. In that letter, I told him something I hope he believes one day. I told him that if he meets someone who brings light back into his life, someone who loves him and our kids with kindness and patience, I want him to let himself be happy. I don't want him to feel guilty. I don't want him to feel like he's betraying me. Love doesn't end when someone leaves this world. It changes shape. And if another woman someday helps my children feel safe and loved, then I will be grateful for her in ways she'll never know. I don't know exactly how many mornings I have left. Maybe 28, maybe fewer. If you're watching this right now, then the truth is I'm already gone. I asked Rick to share this video only after I left this world. So if these words reached you, you're hearing the voice of someone who has already taken her last breath, and maybe that means you were meant to hear this before it's too late to change the way you live. And to you and to the people you love, may you have more time together than you think you need. Bless you and your family.